Hello, my name is Alicia Shapiro with AInews.com, and welcome to another episode of our Driving Tomorrow Conversations with Industry Leaders, where we explore the latest developments and newest innovations in the world of artificial intelligence. Today, we have the pleasure of talking to Nick Abram, the Business Development Manager at DeepBrain AI. In today's discussion, we'll explore the innovative world of AI, examining how DeepBrain AI is transforming everyday tasks with their cutting-edge technologies. You'll receive insights into the most creative uses of AI, the future trends that will shape our interactions with technology, and the challenges faced when integrating AI into traditional industries. Thank you for joining us today, Nick. All right, let's get started. So, Nick, can you tell us a little bit about the journey that led you to DeepBrain AI and what inspired you to focus on AI product design, and how was your background influenced by your work in AI development?
Yeah, I started my journey with DeepBrain AI looking for a space in which I could hop into the quickly burgeoning field of
Yeah.
AI. I traditionally, my background is in engineering, product design, and I was at a crossroads where I was looking at green tech and I was looking at AI, and ChatGPT kind of came out, and I was like, oh, wow, this stuff is scary. But I want to make sure that I'm on the inside, like directing the way that this is developed so that we have this kind of integration between the human and the AI. And it wasn't just purely technology. And Deep Brain was a place that I was fortunate enough to apply to and get into. And it's been smooth sailing ever since. And I've really been using my human-centered design to inform a lot of my decisions at Deep Brain now. My title is Business Development Manager, but I like to say my real title is DE, do everything.
Yeah.
So I do a little bit of everything, which is common in the startup world.
Yeah, for sure. And how do you envision AI technologies like those from DeepBrain AI transforming everyday tasks for people and businesses in the next 5 years?
So I see these AI technologies obviously making things more efficient and more people really just are able to multiply their output. But I don't really see them replacing people at all, at least with our technology, it's not. You're seeing a lot of people who just haven't had access to some of the professional studio tools for video editing and kind of the professional customer support tools using some of these AI and really being able to multiply their throughput in businesses. I think there was some statistics sometimes saying that the first single entrepreneur billionaire is coming because of AI. And so I really see a lot of this AI being a great way to break down barriers and break down gateways. And it's really freeing when you think of it that way. Yeah.
I agree. I like that idea. And DeepBrain AI offers some impressive tools like the AI video generator and lifelike AI avatars. What are some of the most creative or unexpected ways clients have used these technologies?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of my favorite examples of this is actually in politics. And so when you think of AI in politics, your first reaction is, oh my gosh, this is scary, this is dystopian. But when you actually see how it's being used, it's really uplifting and hopeful. So one of the first examples that I can speak of is President Yoon in South Korea. And so during his presidential campaign, he reached out to our company to create a lifelike avatar of himself. And it was a great way for him to interact with his constituents. It was a great way for him to really drill into his messaging on a personal level for a lot of people. And they really felt like they got to know the president himself as opposed to just seeing him speaking on TV as like a mouthpiece, but more just like,
Oh,
hey,
really?
this is a specific interest of mine, and the president is actually addressing the specific interest and speaking to me by name. That was really cool and really interesting. And he actually won the presidency in South Korea, and we like to think that we were part of that journey to
Yeah.
the Blue House. We also have seen that different mayors and senators are using our technology for very similar reasons. Now, obviously, whenever we create custom avatars of these people in political power, it's a very ethical conversation we have with them. We try to make sure that, hey, you guys are using this for the right reason. You're not over here just spamming people. You're not over here spreading misinformation. It is something that I think is a really interesting and personal way to bring, or sorry, a great way to bring politics back to the personal level and have it be less abstract. And even without looking at specific senators and specific government, we have local cities who are using our software as like a bulletin to say, hey, these are the issues that we're focusing on as a city, like improving the potholes, getting people out to these events. And we think it's really beautiful and cool what people are doing and how it's allowing people to connect. So, yeah.
That is really neat. I never thought about that in politics. You just hear the deep fakes and misinformation, and you just think, "Oh, shut it down." But as a
Yeah.
way to promote their policies and get to know them better, that is innovative. That's really cool. I know we
Yeah.
use AI studios for our AI Alicia and AI Michael videos, and we have our avatars read the news stories occasionally, and I think it's an innovative way bring the news to the people.
Yeah.
Instead of reading boring articles, they can watch a 2-minute video and get the synopsis of it, and yeah, so no,
Yeah.
I
It's
love
great.
AI studios. I guess I should say that. Brought to you by inews.com. But no, we love AI studios. It's so easy to use, and you don't need a technical degree to or a video background degree. You just, you
Hey,
know,
thanks for the plug.
and one of DeepBrain's missions is to advance humanity with the human AI collaboration. Could you share some examples of how AI is currently enhancing human capabilities and where you see the most potential for future collaboration?
Sure. Yeah, of course. I'm going to speak on this with two kind of components. One,
Okay.
just because as you were talking, I was thinking more about where I see people using this within the next 5 years, and it ties into this. Very recently, for our current users, it's still somewhat in beta mode and will be officially released soon. But we provided the ability to create custom avatars just from pictures, just from film, and send it out in email blast, video blast, and upload to TikTok and social media. And we foresee that in the future, everyone will be able to have their own avatars, will be able to have their own kind of digital twin that is able to do things for them. And the reason why this is very important is actually because back in, I want to say September or October of last year, we actually partnered with the Scott Morgan Foundation and to build an AI avatar of someone with ALS, a survivor of
Oh,
ALS. Her
mhm.
name is Erin, and we essentially connected our AI avatar to some, and actually, I think there was one more company, AirSense. They built a machine that can really understand and type based off of ear movement and based off of the motor reflexes in your ear. And so our technology is text to video. So what that allowed us to do was create a hyper-realistic avatar of someone with ALS, and she was able to communicate using ear movement and be able to talk in a way that she had lost some of her motor skills with ALS. And we really see this vision and kind of uniting AI, uniting humanity, really see this vision of it being helpful and um, I'm losing a word right now, but yes, we see it just advancing like this kind of integration with humanity. And so I think that in the future, that's going to be a really big field for a lot of people, and it's going to give
Oh,
people a
yeah.
lot of ability to interact in ways they haven't before. So we're excited for that.
That's amazing. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're flying with the stuff we're doing. We don't always publicize it. We just like helping.
Yeah, that's good. That's humble.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really cool. I really like that. And looking ahead, what emerging trends or technologies in AI are you most excited about? And how do you think these will impact the way we interact with AI, both personal and professionally?
So I think that some emerging trends that we see in AI is really just making the interaction with AI more and more human. You see it with us, obviously, with our digital humans conversational avatars called AI Human. You see it with places like OpenAI. They have their voice to voice interaction. You see it with a lot of different companies that are doing this. And I think that when it becomes indistinguishable from a human interaction, that's where the real magic happens because
Mm.
you have a lot of the power and the tools and the capabilities behind AI in a very easy to interact with way. You don't have to be a coder. You don't have to be someone with a PhD in computer science to be able to spin up an agent and ask them to, hey, do this, that, and the other for me. schedule calendar or help me find the insights with just from my interaction with a lot of potential customers. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for that kind of predictive analysis. They're looking for that kind of easy human interface, and they're looking for that blend of the two. And so I do think that as we move along into the future, that's going to be something that's really going to differentiate a lot of people and a lot of players in this field.
Is that similar to what AI agents people are working on AI agents? Is that gonna be something similar, you think?
AI agents are one avenue. There are a lot of different avenues that people are going to
Okay.
be doing. We personally believe in the avatars, but people
Mhm.
believe in the agents. People believe in voice to voice. There's a lot of different avenues. I mean, time will tell what kind of shakes out, but I think the end goal is just to make everything more and more lifelike and human and
Yeah,
indistinguishable from having a conversation with a person and
yeah.
indistinguishable, even more, an enhanced version. Yeah.
Yeah, it is exciting to see. Like I heard the other day that the CEO of Zoom wanted to have everybody to have an AI avatar and let the avatars do the meetings for.
You
Yeah, I'm
heard
like,
about
that would.
you heard about the Hinge one where AI bots are dating each other. It's fun, but I think everyone's just trying to push those boundaries and have that kind of human interaction. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty neat. It's
Yeah.
exciting for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are some of the biggest challenges that you've seen or you face when you're trying to integrate AI technologies into traditional industries like finance or healthcare or something like that? And how does Deep Brain address those challenges?
Great question. Great question. Yeah. So some of the biggest challenges we faced with traditional industries is actually not what you might think. It's actually the security aspect of it. A lot of large companies have proprietary software, proprietary data. Obviously, everyone's scared about AI companies using their data to train this model or that model. And so that's something that we've had to have serious conversations with our customers. Hey, we're not doing this. But one of the
Mm,
things that we do as well is we do an on-premise installation of a lot of our software, which allows our customers to have full control over their data, full control over how they're using our software, as opposed to it being uploaded into our cloud instances. For instance, if you're looking at financial data, obviously there's banking information that's secure and very private. You're looking at healthcare, obviously you have HIPAA information as well that we need to take into account. And for a lot of these AI companies, the challenge is like, how do we comply with those regulations? And so what we've done is we've said, hey, we have this software. We obviously have a service that we can provide, but we also have the ability for you to integrate it within your backend, within your tech flow, tech stack, or whatever. And from there, you can use our software. So that's our solution. I think
mhm.
it works quite well for the people who are doing it. And you've seen plenty of different banking clients that are using our software now because they know that their data is secure within their own servers, but they can access kind of the and leverage AI technology in ways that are amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because I guess I wouldn't have thought the financial industry, for example, would have been able to use it, but I guess it makes sense. They can. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll switch gears a little bit, ask you a couple of questions to get to know you a little better.
Sure.
So when you're not working on AI, what are some hobbies or activities that you're passionate about?
Yeah, I will say that with a lot of these things, my passion definitely exceeds my talent.
Yeah,
But
here too. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I definitely have passion here. So I think one of the big ones is I enjoy working with my hands. And one of the things that I was very hesitant about joining an AI company was just I love working with my hands. I didn't want to sit behind a computer the whole day, just like tick-tacking away at the keys and stuff like that. But this is an exciting field to be in. But what I
Mm,
do on the side now is I try to do little side projects. I'm for my wife, we have a outdoor bench that is sun bleached. And so I'm going to be staining that, sanding that down, building that out, which is exciting. Been doing 3D printing. I alluded to it earlier, but I did a fellowship at Stanford with kind of green tech and 3D printing and additive manufacturing. So that's something I'm still excited about and passionate about. I tend to go out and play tennis. I'm not good. I've only done it a couple times, but it's something I'm picking up and excited for. And last but not least, I'm nothing if not a nerd. I love video games. I play a 4K grand strategy game, and I love that. So those are my passions right now. I like to keep life interesting, so I'm sure they'll change in a couple months.
Yeah, I know. Mine does too.
Yeah.
I like gardening and music, yeah, and then but other things come and go, and then I get into that for a while. So I know how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what advice would you give to aspiring professionals who want to work in AI? What skills or experiences do you think are the most valuable for them to focus on?
Yeah, so take it with a grain of salt because this is such an evolving field that like I'm sure this advice may be obsolete in a couple months. But what
Oh,
I've
yeah.
found is that it's really the soft skills that are very important with how realistic and lifelike AI is becoming, learning how to actually be able to talk to people and being able to communicate with people and communicate your ideas and focus on how the AI interacts with human. That's really the skill set that a lot of places are missing because there's so much cool tech that can be built in like in a snap of a finger. And
Yeah.
if you don't understand how people work and how they're wired and like how to talk to people and how to say, hey, this actually helps you. This is what's actually good. This is how you can 10x whatever you want to do. I think that you're going to find it's going to be a little challenging to make it. Like, I would not go out and say, hey, get a degree in computer science anymore. Maybe get a PhD if you really want to drill down into the systems. But what I would say is make sure you understand how to interact with people and stuff like that. And have some technical background as well. Obviously, you need to understand what you're talking about and stuff like that. But I would say the more important skills are just the people skills. And yeah.
I think that's fantastic advice. The AI and computers, they can do so much for us. But like you said, if you don't know how to relate to people or talk to people or even have critical thinking skills, you're not going to be
Yeah,
able to get AI to do what you want it to do. Uh,
exactly.
exactly. No, that's perfect. I love that advice. Thank you, Nick, for joining us today and sharing your insights on the innovative world of AI and the transformative potential across the various industries. It has been a real
Of
pleasure
course.
learning about the creative processes that DeepBrain has and your journey in AI development and business. So, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Oh, and if you'd like to learn more about their DeepBrain's text to video tool called AI Studios and explore the powerful platform that it has, you can visit their website, deepbrain.io/features/text to video and sign up. Keeping
All
you
right.
connected to tomorrow. Today, this is Alicia with AInews.com.